Hey, what's up everyone? This is Sunnyvale, and this is another draft video. We're going to be drafting set 4, the Fall of Argenport. And of course, as always, this draft is recorded for EternalTitans.com for all of your Eternal content needs. EternalTitans.com has you covered with some of the top players of Eternal, including myself, Kamado, Manus, Eternal Finkel, and blah 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 blah. You guys know the shtick. Anyway, let's hop into the draft. Yes. Okay, so let's see. We've got Recombobulate. I think this card is actually very strong. If you get to warp it, it's pretty insane. But just like the card advantage you get from this, or the card. Not really the card advantage. The power advantage you get from this is pretty nice. Also, there are a lot of weapons in the set, so making a weapon fall off is nice as well. There's also a temple tactic. I like these tactics quite a bit. Let's see. What is this? Tribute stun an enemy in this. Oh, geez. Wow, that's really good if you contribute it. That's actually like. This card is great if you contribute it, but it's totally terrible. It's a doorbot if you can't. So you need to figure out how to tribute this, and it might even be worth throwing something away to tribute this. Okay, we have Rinja's Choice, which I don't think that's good enough for. Well, it doesn't hit enough in drafts. It's probably great for the sideboard or the marketplace of a ranked deck. We've got the Amanera, which I like. I like the 2/4 body for 3 power, and we have Illumination Wisp, which works well in a number of strategies. And then we have a bunch of cards which I'm not too keen on. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with the rare. So the issue with this is that this is best played on turn 4, and that's the most risky time to hold up 4 power. Like, if you do nothing on turn 4, your opponent might not even attack you. Like, they might think that you have a lightning strike or something, or a entrapment. So you might not even be able to get the card that you want to get with Recombobulate. So that is making me wary of picking it. I can also just take the Temple Standard. I know that's really unexciting, but like I said, like I always say, powers that do things increase the consistency of your deck, especially in draft. And I mean, it's this or this. Yeah, these are like blowout cards if you can get them, but otherwise might not be great. I guess this is good in the late game too. It kind of buys you a turn. I'm just going to take the Temple Standard. I think if I was being a little more ambitious, I might have taken the Recombobulate. When this attacks, deals 3 damage to each enemy if you played a spell that turn. Okay, so this is terrible. This is like a 8 power, sorry, yeah, an 8 cost 6/6, which is not very exciting. I like the Grimy Jeez, pronouncing these cards is so difficult. Okay, I like Stinging Wind also. It's a nice blocker. Illumination Wisp, but I think the real winner here is the Welding Torch. Being aggressive has some major payoffs in this set, and then getting the Spellcraft for a Torch it's a blowout. I mean, if you pay 7 to put a 3/2 weapon and kill something, that's great. And then having the flexibility is fantastic too. And it counts for Spells Matter. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Okay, let's see. I like this card a lot. It's 5/5 flying at night for 6. The issue is if you can't keep the night going, it can be not so good. There's also Corrupted Umbran, and I've said a few times I think this card is just fantastic. It's one of the best commons in the set. We also have a Wormstone, which is pretty good, although I found Wormstone to be a bit awkward. In a format as aggressive as this one, sometimes you can't take the 2 turns off. You need to play the Wormstone, then playing a spell, and then like it also limits your choices when you have to play this, because like you really want to play the spell quickly. Oh, I haven't tried Veteran Strategist. much either. But I think that Corrupted Umbran is just busted enough that that's what we want. Okay, let's see. Mistress of Light. No, thank you. Another Welding Torch or left-right target collar. I've actually liked this card a lot. It doesn't look... Quick Draw isn't usually a very impressive ability, but I think with a lot of... just getting it tacked onto a bunch of the units you can get is a big deal. Plus, I think that despite this format being very aggressive, quality true drops are at a premium as well. Not all the 2-drops are fantastic, or they're small, or they die to snowballs or other 1-damage spells. So, I mean, there's a Welding Torch here as well, and I like that card, of course, but I'm going to take the target collar. It also works really well. I was just about to say, it works really well with the Blade Whirl. We happen to open one. We've also got Master of Arms, which, in my opinion, is in the running for best common in the set. I mean, like, Corrupted Umbran, Welding Torch, Master at Arms, they're all among the best commons in their respective factions. So that's positive. Although, I think I'm just going to take the Sledge here. If we take Master at Arms, we're kind of giving up Welding Torch or Temple Standard. I don't know. This can be really good. Ruin is, with all these spellcraft weapons, Ruin is a little better than it is in the past, and this is a big bonus for 2 power. And if my units have Quick Draw, so let's go in on the Sledge. I could have taken the Blade Whirl. Taking the Blade Whirl is probably correct. That may have been a mistake. Okay, we're going to follow it up with a War Painter. Not the most exciting. I guess Death Strike is a little better. Death Strike is definitely better. I kind of wanted to stay on faction though, and I like War Painter a lot. It's just in a race. 0-4 blocks well, and it makes your units trade up better. Alright. What do we have here? I like the Umbran. This is good. 3/2 flyer for 3 is a good rate. There's also Vile Varmint, which is good if it gets the opportunity to block, but if your opponent has any removal, it deals with the Varmint. So that's an issue. I don't know. I don't think I can count on having a Wisp, especially in these factions. I think this card is better, but it's conditionally better, and we're not necessarily set up to make use of it. I could also just take the Drifter. I have had a successful deck with multiple Drifters in it. I think that this format is just that aggressive. Although dying immediately to Torrential Downpour doesn't sound great. You know what? I think I'm actually going to take the Drifter. There are some games in this format that, you know, night just happens, and then you just want to play as many cards as possible. Alright, we might be taking the second Drifter. Lock Horns is okay. I'm going to take the second Drifter. Okay, whoa. I don't think I'm in for the third Drifter, but the target collar is fine. Okay, so this is definitely a balls to the walls deck coming together here. Welding Torch. Hold up. Okay, so this card is usually terrible, but with 2 target collars, it might be pretty nice. Alright, well, it's pretty clear that Stone Scar was open from that side. Okay. We've got Cloud of Ash, which is good if I need to alpha, but not something I terribly want to count on. Or there's Temper. I think that Temper is the pick here. Temper is much better in this format than it usually is. There's a lot of high priority X1s that you want to kill, such as Living Example. I think that's the biggest one, but there's also like 2/1 flyers and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Temper. Not a thrilling pick, I suppose, but I think it gets the job done in this format. Reforge is interesting because you can get back a Welding Torch, but I might just take the second Temper. Oh, that is so aggressive. Well, we're not playing Rambot. We've also got a Dust Collar, which is okay. I think you need to capitalize on the Nightfall for this card to be really good. As it is, it's just kind of like, eh. 3-2 is behind the curve when you're talking about 3 power cards. We've also got a Amethyst Waystone, which I think is fine, but this being a mirrored effect for Nightfall is like kind of not great. I'm not happy about first picking the temper and then second picking a temper, but I think that's what we're doing here. Hopefully it can get the job done. Okay. I like Bandit in this format. I also like Waystone quite a bit. There's a few things that... What's that called? Into the Furnace is a removal spell you'll see reasonably often. There's just a few things that like to have Grenadin in play or have access to some Grenadins. So Grant Waystone I'm a pretty big fan of. There's also Audacious Bandit, which is good with the target callers. It's also good with just having an aggressive strategy and being able to play it as a 4-2 quick draw. I think I'm just going to take the Waystone here. We are running pretty high on playable, so I'm just going to take the Waystone. Okay. We've got Thornbeast, Katana, and Outlaw, and I think all 3 of those are good. I think there are fewer synergies with Thornbeast than there usually are, and we don't have any Dark Returns to really capitalize on it. So I might just take the Outlaw. No, Katana has to be better. Yeah, I'll take the Katana. With the 2 target callers, like Quick Draw, but the Katana is pretty sweet. Plus Katana just being an essentially free +2 attack on something. That's pretty big. Okay, let's see. We have 2 banners that would help splash Shadow if we needed to. Or sorry, Justice if we needed to. And we also have a Thorn Beast. I'm just going to take the Thorn Beast here. Okay, Trigger Guy, Guerrilla Fighter, Waystone. I think all 3 of these are reasonable. I might just take the Waystone again. I like my Waystones. Having consistency in my draft decks. I'm big on that. I've always thought that the body on Guerrilla Fighter is really bad because it trades with every 2-drop. Triggerman might be... We have 2 Drifters. Triggerman might be the pick. It wears weapons very well, and we have 4 weapons already that we're probably playing all of them, if not more. It's also a matter of whether I can get enough gunslingers in order to make this guy really strong. Or I guess it doesn't actually make him strong. It just means that he can come down earlier. Like, if you can play this as a 3, that's fantastic. Even if it comes at the cost of 2 damage. This is an elf. No other gunslingers. Yeah, I'm going to take the Waystone. That is me being chicken. Okay, we'll take the Reforge. If we can Reforge like a Katana, that's a pretty big deal. I don't think that in these factions we'll really want a Cabal Slasher, and we don't... I'd rather not splash if I can avoid it, as far as the Rakana Blaner goes. Okay, here we go. Scrap Hound and Combust, 2 cards that really benefit from the Waystone. Combust killing anything is a really nice bonus. Scrap Hound's like a pretty sizable threat. I think I'm just going to take the Combust. People are suiting things up. It's also a multi-faction card. I don't know. There's a lot to like in Combust. Alright, I'm going to take the Bludgeoner here. With 4 weapons, we can definitely suit it up and make it huge. And there's a fair chance that there's more to come. I like Unseen Agent, the one that we passed. The Unblockable also wears weapons very well. But I think we can be a little more aggressively costed. Oh, we got a Triggerman anyway. Ooh, what does this do? Encroaching Darkness. Summon Nightfall. Night never ends. The cursed player takes your night damage instead of you. Okay, well, I'm not passing up a Disassembler for it. And there's a Beast Caller's Amulet. But I think that weapons that give stats are going to be better for our deck because we have no evasion. We're just beating in on the ground. So I'm going to take Disassembler, unfortunately, passing that Encroaching Darkness. Yeah, not too excited about Sparkbot. I feel like there are much better 3-drops to be had. Okay, so this is another interesting pick. We've got some strong cards. Fevered Scout I like quite a bit. Gun Down is obviously a great removal spell, and Devour would probably be good in this deck, but we cannot pass an Annihilate. This is premium removal. It is the premium removal, I must say. So taking that here. There's another Combust. I'm starting to get worried about our ability to have units that we can sacrifice, because we have one Combust and one Thorn Beast already. It comes with... I mean, it's unconditional removal, so that's pretty nice. There's a Recogulator, which helps enable some of these things, and there's also Granite Acolyte, which kind of helps enable these types of things as well, if you think about it. It also just, like, this... Putting this on something with Quick Draw is huge, or like Cabal Bludgeoner. Triggerman is just a lot of... I think there's a lot of synergies to be had with Granite Acolyte, so I'm going to take that. I think I would be happy to have a Recogulator in this deck. But right now I'm just going to take the Acolyte. Alright, there's another Gun Down. Wow, this pack is stacked. Gun Down, Thorn Beast, Katana, Dark Return, and Unpredictable Outlaw. All cards that I'd be very happy to play. I do think that Dark Return makes every deck better. But the cards that were Dark Returning aren't the most exciting. If we have a Target Caller out, we can do some nice things with giving a bonus. We like this draws the card for you, so it gets Quick Draw. Man, it's really hard to pass. Oh man, all these cards are just very, very good. I think I want the second Thorn Beast the most. It's aggressively costed. There's a... I mean, if we can pick up more Waystones, there'll be... Or like Grandin Drone, there'll be fodder for the Thorn Beast. Just being a 3-cost 5/5 is huge. If we can get other units to sacrifice... Alright, I am feeling that we're a bit light on units here. We've got some great removal like Combust, the Annihilate, I guess just those two. And we have the Tempers, right? And then we have all these weapons, and those are fantastic, but we're a bit light on units. And Outlaw's fine, but I think a 3-cost 3/3 is better than a 2-cost 2/2. So I'm gonna take the Thorn Beast. There's another Waystone. I think I'm in for the Waystone. Yeah, and then there's also Devour, which I'm not too hot on. I think I would much rather have the Waystone. Like, I think I would rather have Combust than Devour, because the cards you're drawing are not necessarily helpful. And I definitely want to take another Waystone, so let's do that. Alright, Gunsmith is interesting, but I've never really liked this card. Just getting to... Because, like, the body is just so embarrassing. It's a 3/2. Lava spiking someone, dealing 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 damage to them is great, but I would rather have bigger, more efficient units. And I think we have enough sacrifice synergies that I want a Sparkbot. Or I would rather have a Sparkbot. I'm probably not playing either card. In all honesty. Okay, I don't think I'm too interested in Grenemender. Umbran Coaxer is nice, but I would rather have the Corrupted Umbrans. And I think I'll just take the Dustcaller. Just trying to keep the curve low, especially if we have any other Nightfall things going on. Okay. I actually like Var's Intervention a lot. You know what? This card might be better than Temper. Because giving a unit unblockable can be swinging as well. We don't really have many Unseen in order to... Yeah, I don't think we have any Unseen in order to use the buyback ability, which is a really nice one. There's also Rooftop Vigilante. This is actually probably worth splashing. I can't believe it's in the pack with 5 cards left, because this card is busted. Just any Katana or Acolyte Sword on things make them deadly. I'll go ahead and take that. It's pretty late gun down. Go ahead and take that. Another Waystone, but there's a Bludgeoner in this pack as well. I think we have so many playables that I just want to take the Waystone. Having a power that comes with a unit is insane, because when you have a... shoot, what are they called? Monuments. Monuments turn into spells, but this one still gives you power. But it also gives you a Granite. So I'm going to go ahead and take that Waystone. That's our 4th Waystone, jeez. Cover of Darkness is a nice one if you're an aggressive deck, just trying to get through the last few points of damage. We might be in for that over the Bandit. I mean, we only have like 2 good 4-drops, but we might just be more aggressive than that. Yeah, I'm going to take the Cover of Darkness. It's not and a 5th Waystone, jeez. I'm liking the looks of this one. Okay. There's a Kriva, which is a rare in our faction, but I actually am not that big a fan of this card. Like, if it was just a 4-2 charge that played a 1-1, I think it would be pretty good. But the fact that, like, if you play it on curve, then your board position is somewhat diminished because it returns to your hand. Even though you can, like, keep on getting sheep, I just don't think that having to pay for each turn is worth it. Wallbreaker is good, but Blade Whirl has... I think Blade Whirl is going to be very good in this deck. Especially if things have quick draw. Okay, let's see. We got Cut Ties, we got another War Painter, Pyre Elemental. Do I have enough spells for Pyre Elemental to be good? Got Gun Down, Cover of Darkness, no. Welding Torch, no. I mean, we've got those Tempers. Combust works well with it. Annihilate works well with it as well. Oh, wait, there's a Corrupted Umbran? Yeah, let's just take that. Yeah, okay, I'll just take the Corrupted Umbran rather than gambling on a Pyre Elemental. I really do think that this card is among the best commons in the set. Okay. Fiery Fisher, that's a good one. Hot Blood Barbarian, that's another good one. Just any unit with Berserk is... And if you have weapons, it's very dangerous. I feel like Fiery Fissure is just a worse gun down. Like, we just have cards that are better than Fiery Fissure in this deck. There's also a Wallbreaker, which is fine, and Overheat, which is like a little less than fine. It's okay if you have Quick Draw. But I think I'm just going to take the Barbarian. We are a bit light on 2-drops that we want to play. Alright, there's another Ruination Sledge. There's a Eulogist if we're short on 3-drops. It is better than the Howler, it's just straight upgrade. We're probably playing these 3 as 3-drops, maybe the War Painter. I don't know, I think we're more aggressive than just playing a War Painter though. I could also just take a Sledge. Just go to town. I mean, weapons are so good on our deck. If we play any of the weapons on Bludgeoner or Umbran or anything that gained Quick Draw with the Target Caller or a Thorn Beast that is big, like, weapons are just so great on any of these. Seems better than taking a Eulogist, which is just a slight upgrade on our Howler. So I'll take the Sledge. And we might be able to randomly ruin something. Okay. Final Shot or Corrupted Umbran? That's an interesting pick. Because if you get up to 8, Final Shot is insane. Kills something and makes one of your units the biggest thing on the board. But Corrupted Umbran is something that you can actually play when you get to 4. And that actually, being able to play the cards that you're drafting, that accounts for more than people realize sometimes. And having Berserk is nice too. We're pretty much only ever attacking in this deck. I think I'm just going to take the Umbran. We're just going to be an aggressive, a consistent aggro deck. And if they can deal with what we're playing, good for them. Okay, we don't have any tricks yet, so trick shot might be good. It goes well with all these weapons. It's that or eulogist. I'll take the trick shot. Ooh, there's another welding torch. Let's take that. Ooh, wait. Jack's choice? I thought this was a different choice. My bad. That was almost really bad. Jack's choice, being able to kill anything or put a weapon on everything, especially if you have, I don't know, quick draw from the target color, that could be huge. Okay, we're going to take the Jack's choice. Sorry, welding torch. Okay, fire flame channeler. I don't think this card's too insane, but it might be really good in our deck, which is just all aggro all the time. We're already playing 3 and 4, we might or might not be playing this Trigger Man. Yeah, I don't think we are. I don't think we have enough gunslingers in order to play it. What was I talking about? Wait, what? I'm not sure what that was in relation to. Was that the curves for Fiery Fissure? Got a bunch of expensive stuff. We also have the welding torches, which are kind of expensive. We're playing these 4. I'm not sure. I can try to start building the deck here. I'm probably not playing that. I don't know if we're playing these Tempers. I don't think we're playing the Dark Wisp. Let's cut the Tempers for now. Katana. Yeah, we're playing all these. I don't know about the Dust Collar. It's probably fine. I don't think we're playing the Vigilante Shroud. I don't know if we need those guys. Reforge? We just have enough weapons that we don't need to play Reforge. We're not playing the Trigger Man. Okay, how many cards is this? Doesn't say. 1, oh, wait, 44, no, it doesn't say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so there's our deck. Which one of these cards makes our deck better? I think that Firefang Channeler, or Firefang Charmer, my bad, might be the card to pick. Because we're not playing the Sorcerer. Fiery Fissure is okay, but it's not as good as these other 5s. I would rather be low on the curve if I could. Betray the cause. We'll take the Eulogist to upgrade our Howler. Banished Umbran. I've won games with Banished Umbran. I like that card a reasonable amount. Alright. I am excited for this deck. I think it's going to be very strong. And having 5 Waystones is just like my dream. If you can play cards that act as powers that do other things as well, that's pretty nice. I don't think we're playing Transmogrifier. We are just going to be the aggressive cards, and the flexible cards, really. I don't know that I need to play Dustcaller. Don't get me wrong, like nighttime is fantastic for our deck. Not playing Snow Rager, of course. Man, I kind of wish I had picked up more Combusts now, because with this many Waystones, I'll have a lot of random things to sacrifice. At least I hope so. So this is, I think 17 power is okay with this deck. It might want 18, because 5 of these are Waystones, so I'm going to have a lot of random 1 costs to play. And then these 2 Welding Torches are really 7 drops. So let's take a look. I could play a Temper. I think that's fine. There's Sparkbot, which I'm not sure about. There's also Warpainter and Reforge. Reforge will get a very big weapon. I could play the Howler. Oh, I'm not playing Banished Umbran. Okay, so I do need another card or 2. Got the Jack's Choice, got the Combust. Yeah, I guess I can play the Dustcaller. That's fine. I might just play the Howler. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll just play 17 power. Is that right? No, sorry. Yeah. 17 power with these decks, with these cards, rather. Let's take a look at this. So remember how I was saying Temper is a lot better than it has been in previous formats? It would kill the Eulogist, the Acolyte, the 2 Drifters, the Barbarian. I guess this is kind of a Temper, so like having a Temper is kind of loose. And any number of these Grenadin. Yeah, these are the cards that I want in the deck, so let's go ahead and ship it. Alright, add power. We didn't get the right the right banner for this deck. That's fine. And we are going to inevitably play some of these Waystones for no value, and that's okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're going to go. Alright, as usual, I'm going to pause the video between each segment. So that's it for the deck building and drafting. I'm excited for this deck. I think it's going to do really well, and I will see you guys in Game 1.